Okay, so I'm going to give a little soldering demonstration and show a few of my soldering irons. Now, one of the biggest things you can screw up big time with is overheating components. Look, basically you've got to get wire, thin wire, preferably copper, and make up essentially mesh. You know, by laying the coppers the copper wires side by side. You know, with a gap of about ½ an inch or whatever, into squares, and then solder them all into a mesh. Now that will sort of allow you to practice. It is a terrible idea to buy some sort of kit or some sort of solar equipment and say, well, I'll learn by doing it on these bits here, because you'll murder the bejesus out of something that costs you money. So learn first of all how to solder before you go taking to a kit. Now I've got a bit of a kit here. I'll show you how fast you should be able to solder. Bang join, done, 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 done. That is how I solder. You don't have to do it quite that quick, but it does help. Add light here, a little bit more into that joint. So I can touch that component without even feeling warmth. Maybe lukewarm on the other side, but that one I sort of didn't want to join too well there. But that's the thing with this resin flux, she'll smoke. Now if you sit it there and let it smoke and all the smoke goes and then you go in, it's too late. It's got to have, you touch it and hit it at the same time, and that's the key, to be quick with it. I'll leave this sit here. I should have a proper soldering stand. You get a little stand that you stick it in, but I'm a tight ass. I do actually have one, but I just couldn't be bothered getting it. This here, that is an 80 watt iron. See the lot bigger barrel or whatever you want to call it. This one's 30 watt. I've got another 40 watt which almost looks identical. This is an 80 watt. I've got the butane one. How's that? Look at the blooming thing. So it's something from outer space. Little flame all lights up in here. It's all got piezo ignition. That piece there is actually tank for it, and then just psh, psh, psh. But this gets very hot. Its rating heat wise is 135 watts. It says the maximum temperature of the tip is usually 500, but I can take it out and get to blowtorch mode and it'll give me 1300 degrees Celsius. I'm talking 500 C soldering and 1300 with the actual blowtorch, but there's so many fittings you can put on this, it's not funny. And I can get away with using two wet tissues, but you should get one of these little things, but usually these comes with the stand anyway. That's just a sponge and you wipe the tip on there, yeah, to get the crap off it, which you'll notice building up as you're soldering.